Good morning, dear aspirants. Today's news. India's industrial output growth decelerates to 4% in August, impacted by consumer durables slowdown and GST effect. Comes under GS3 economy, exploring India's industrial performance, international trade dynamics, and key policy mechanisms shaping the nation's economic trajectory. Understanding the index of industrial production. IIP serves as India's primary short-term indicator of industrial sector performance, compiled monthly by National Statistical Office. It measures changes in production volume across industrial products compared to the 2011 to 12 this year. Composite indicator tracks industrial growth rate across the economy. Monthly publication released by NSO Ministry of Statistics, base year 2011 to 12, current reference period for calculation. Industrial output growth decelerates. August growth 4%, 0% previous, 6% minimum surge. India's industrial output growth decelerates to 4% in August. Sectoral performance analysis. Mixed sectoral results. Mining activity demonstrated robust growth at 6%, reaching a 14-month high and providing a bright spot in the industrial landscape. However, the consumer non-durable sector faced significant challenges. IIP components classification. Mining 14.4% weight in sectoral classification, manufacturing 77.6% weightage, electricity 8% weightage in industrial output. The IIP employs dual classification system, use-based classification framework, primary goods, basic raw material and essential commodities, intermediate goods, semi-finished products for further processing, consumer durables, long-lasting consumer products, capital goods, machinery and equipment for production. Strategic importance of IIP helps government, RBI and policymaker assess the industrial growth and adjust policy accordingly. Business cycle tracker, economic indicator used in calculating the quarterly and annual GDP for the industry sector. Important for stock markets, industry analysis and economic forecasting for investment decision. Wassenaar arrangement faces calls for reform to address cloud service export loopholes amid surveillance and human rights concern. Comes under GS2 international relation. The Wassenaar arrangement, a multilateral export control regime established in 1996, faces mounting pressure for reform. Establishment created in Wassenaar, Netherlands, replacing Cold War era. 2017 India became the member of 42 nation export control regime. 2024 reform calls addressing the cloud service loopholes and surveillance concern. Wassenaar arrangement. 42 participating states including USA, Russia, European Union focus on conventional arms and dual use technologies. Primary objective prevent destabilizing arms accumulation, complement UN arms control measure, encourage responsible export policies, US tariff import maritime export. Public Account Committee reform parliamentary oversight. Historical foundation established 1921 under Government of India Act 1919. Composition structure include 22 members total, 15 from Lok Sabha, 7 from Rajya Sabha elected annually. Key functions were examines appropriation accounts, ensure proper spending, scrutinizes irregularities. One of Parliament's 3 functional committees. Chairperson traditionally from the opposition since 1967 is appointed by Lok Sabha Speaker. US tariff threatens Indian marine export, especially shrimp impacting coastal economies. India seeks FTA for market diversification. EFTA partnership. UK trade deal, market diversification, strategic expansion to counter US tariff impacts on export. India's proactive approach involves pursuing multiple free trade arrangements to reduce reliance. India's economic landscape presents both challenges and opportunities. Industrial output deceleration requires targeted policy intervention. Please practice this mark question. Thank you.